So I've had to restart this clip again, but yes guys, so we're not in Nottingham today, we're actually in Derby. I was last here for James's funeral, which is an unfortunate thing, and I did used to live down here and we used to hang out in the city, but today I wanted to show you two places, Pickford House and the Derby Museum. I believe I'm going the right way, so yeah, I'm having issues with my filming app, it keeps on wiping my footage, so let's hope it doesn't do it no more. It did take me an hour and a half to get here, so, and the last bus leaves to my house at 4:30, so I've really got about 3 hours to do quite a few things, so I have to be pretty quick. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit guys. There's one thing I do like about the city of Derby, it's like the rows of buildings you see, which were most likely built in the Georgian era. I'm not actually sure which way to go, but I do remember walking this way. So yes, so really Derby isn't a bad place. There is more to do, and there's more of a variety as well. I just hope these places open. And yes, this street may remind you of London or even Paddington, because it looks fairly similar. Yes, it's really bad weather as well, what I do for you guys. So yeah, there will be a upcoming video on the new channel. Don't worry, I won't be stopping this channel whatsoever, because I love to vlog, I love to film memories, and of course instrumental is another passion, and I believe that building there is the museum. So, and I also think we're near Pickford House from here, because I do recognise this area, so I hope I'm right. See you in a bit. Okay, so there was a nice gentleman who welcomed me, but we are here to start with the ceramics. Derby is known for its ceramics, so I'm not really into this sort of thing, but I can appreciate for what it is, personally. And there are 2 more floors to explore after this, so there may be a part 2 of this video as well. I wish I had some money because I'm really hungry, but I've only had cereal today and I'm half starved. And this place is free, so if you do want to come, I would highly recommend it. This one piece has really caught my eye. I don't know why, it appeals to me, and I like that as well. But yes, like I said before, Derby is famous for its ceramics, so you do expect high quality. This is another piece which has caught my eye. It's a teapot, probably made in the Georgian era to Victorian. Just look at the detail. You never see that these days. Everything's mass produced, and there's another item up here as well. Whoever made that has skills. I ain't gonna lie, they have skills. You know, I'm actually having doubts this is the one I've been to before, because the one I went to before had a Viking longship. Okay, I was wrong, this is the one I have been to before. Through the other room there is a real Viking longboat, and this is where all different fossils are kept, also imprints. That is an actual footprint. If you didn't know, fossilised footprints are really rare to come by. If you know what that is, tell me in the comments. I do know what it is, but I want to test your knowledge. And if you want a more in-depth look at some of these objects, just simply pause the video. And if I'm not mistaken, there was also a mummy here as well. And yes, more taxidermy like we saw at Woollerton Hall in a previous clip. and I've actually handled one of them. Caught my knee on the thing, but I've actually handled one of those in the court, and yes, I am fine. I just battered my leg a bit. I can't see clear on clear, so yeah, that's my fault then. Okay, so here's a real sarcophagus, and I am a bit alarmed. My first power bank just died on me, so this is my last one. Yeah, that's a real stone sarcophagus. These are more Celtic, so these things will appeal to you, Chelsea. But this is the main prize. Yes, that is a real Viking longboat. I know it looks nothing like one now, but just think, this is probably over 1,000 years old, and it's still with us today. You also have more old pottery, tools. Jeez, I'm having a bad day today. I'm just messing up all the time. Now that's intriguing. I've already banged my leg on a exhibit dagger. But yes, me and James always used to come here. We had the best times looking at objects. I would have to tell him what's there, and I would always give him information on what I knew. He did want to touch that. It is under glass, I think. I'll check. Okay, it's not. You can actually touch. Just think, people would have stood in there. That is impressive. And you have all of these different rocks. Wow, Tusk. We actually found one of these at our house. It was sort of like that one, but unfortunately it's gone missing. So due to my power bank dying, my other one, I may have to cut short the visit in Derby, because if my phone dies, then no footage. Medieval. These are medieval. Sorry, I'm obsessed with medieval stuff, pottery, whatever. Medieval Derby. Wow. 14. A school, 13th century. So there may have been a castle here, but there's no evidence. Street maps of Derby. Wow. I don't normally come to Derby, but I really do need to come here more often. And look at that. Imagine wielding that in battle. Made from a single oak tree trunk, originally over 10 metres long, so this would have been 10 metres long at one point. Now it's made from one solid trunk of oak. Wow. The Allington Hippo. So here in England we did used to have prehistoric hippos, just like the woolly rhino and some other species. But yes, we're going to head up there now, and yes, there will be a part 2 of this video when we go and explore Pickford House if it's still open. I really don't have much time, so I do have to speed up a bit. I've only got about 2 hours, and if I miss this bus then I'm stuck. Now this is one of my favourite rooms of all time in any museum. First of all, it works with the colour and the huge paintings. It makes it look so grand, and this is the sort of colour which would have been on walls in actual manor houses. I just feel like I'm in this place. And history, you know, it's history. It's what I love. I remember when I used to come here with James, I would have to tell him what's on the actual paintings, since he couldn't see them. Just think what skill you would have to paint these. Especially that one. Okay, so here is military history from Derby. My uncle was part of the Nottinghamshire Foresters, so we do have quite a big army connection in our family. Our ancestors, though, were actually blacksmiths. So, and we also believe we had a moneyer in our family who made coins. Imagine charging into battle on the Western Front, being told to go out of your trench. We didn't have bulletproof armour or anything. It would have been coats. Just think, people would have used bayonets back then. A sharp blade which would have been on the front of a rifle. So yes, and there was one man who used a sword. He was known as Mad Jack. He used a sword in the war, not guns. Also, you would have had the flag bearers, and they could have used the flags as weapons due to spears on the top. And you do have some pottery and some other belongings. I'm not sure what else there is down here. There is more, but it's very poorly lit. There's more armour, well, uniforms through here. Yes, people did used to ride horseback. And there's more here, which appears to be Japanese. So yes, there's quite a lot here. Actual guns as well, which I'm against, but I've always been against guns. Awesome. Remember when I said Egyptians? I know this isn't specifically an Egyptian, but the actual artwork remind me of them for some reason. Aboriginal bark painting. Somebody painted that. The Aboriginals painted all of their work with ochre, which is a natural pigment. So yeah, this is all to do with the Aboriginal, I believe, such as that. They used that as a weapon. That one, if you don't know which one I mean. If I had to choose though, I would go with that mace or bludgeon or whatever it's called, and that. Okay, so if you have never heard of the Maori, they are people who made figures such as, well, the shrunken heads, and this is some more example of their work. I've been looking for these now. Down there is something which I'm interested in, but we'll go there in a minute. Here are actual mummies, which is quite remarkable. That is a real person. That person would have lived. Okay, so the male in the wooden coffin, the one at the end, was named Puppy Luch. He may have been a priest at Thebes, as suggested by the position of his hands over his groin. Men of other classes were usually wrapped with their arms by their sides. The arms of the pharaohs were crossed over their chests. I wish I had a wide angle lens. This does look really grand. I don't think you're allowed down there. So I believe this room has links to the Jacobite rebellion. That's what the bagpipes seem to suggest. The Jacobites were against the Scottish king. I think it was James II. Anyway, so I think that's about it here. So I am going to leave and hurry down to Pickford House if I can get there in time, and then I'll do a dedicated video on that. But yes, thank you all for watching this clip, and if I do make it to Pickford House, you will definitely see an upload. Peace.